Travis Wayne Goodzell. So, as I've been doing the videos for you, hoping you're watching, so that when you come to this video, you're already prepared, you know the subject matter, I don't have to keep repeating it, because if I don't say it, I'm gonna have all these dumbass comments. That's not what I believe. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is coming. Jesus lives. God. Just white supremacist hate from ignorance. So, yeah, we're Jewish, or at least Joseph Smith was. Learning of the Jews. Ring any bells? And so you got to replace the Christ that Joseph set up for Mormons. In every story where there's a hero. So, Book of Revelation, a hero, Jesus. Well, in this particular case, it's the Lamb. Revelation 19. And so, what you have is a prophecy of 8 April 2024. We know this because, verse 11, I saw heaven opened. That's your clue. It's an outer space. It's a sign in the heavens. And it'll give us a star date because it'll be a solar eclipse. And so we'll know exactly where on Earth it'll be, too. And behold, a white horse. Guess what? That's Pegasus constellation. And it's got Pisces writing on the back of it. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, are the moments we two can share. And his eyes of Horus are the sun and the moon, flame and fire. And he has a name that no man knew but he himself, the hidden name. That's Amun, the sun god at noonday of the Egyptians. Immanuel. And then, verse 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun. So that's in Pisces, which is on the back of the white horse. 8 April 2024 over America, and crosses 21 August 2017, where if you're not gonna watch my videos, you're gonna miss out on important details, because oh look, there's the false prophet of the latter days. So what's he talking about for this date? He is talking about he's now reigning. He's now ascending to the throne. And what needs to happen to ascend to the throne? He has to also have a wedding ceremony. He has to be sealed to a wife so that he can be coronated. They then conceive on that day for the heir to the throne, to give birth to the next prince, who will then become the heir to the throne. The cycle of life, the Lion King. And so let us be glad and rejoice, and giveth honor to him for the marriage. Oh, yay! How did Travis know? Of the Lamb. What? Oh, Lamb is getting married? I knew those deep state Democrats were up to no good. No, it serves a trio, multiple purposes. Super good. So, yes, Lamb constellation is Aries. It's also a ram, same thing. And that's where Jupiter is. Jupiter is from Revelation chapter 12. He's the child who was born September 23rd, 2017, which means the first and last years of the latter days, and thus the birth and the death. And so Jupiter is in Aries, while the eclipse is in Pisces on the white horse. See how that worked? And so you've got a marriage supper. Jews had feasts for their weddings. Samson, for example, killed a lion, 21st of August, 2017. Then had his wedding supper feast at the Lion House, next to the Beehive House of the Great and Abominable Church with his first wife. Technically, not get into it. There's Delilah is the second wife. Delilah is actually never mind, I won't get into it. It was a couple of millennia ago. It can't be 100% accurate. And so there's a wedding feast, there's a marriage, a wedding feast. So you got the parable of the 10 virgins, for example. The Mormons are supposed to be waiting for it. They missed the Exodus. Oh no, it's the end of the world for Mormons. And so then you've got for the marriage of the Lamb has come. That's the Mormon man like Moses, 103 verse 16 section. That's who Joseph Smith says is our Christ for the latter days, the capstone Christ, not the chief cornerstone of the cornerstone. And his wife, see, is the title Lamb, which is a symbolic representation, so that you can understand what's being referred to here. And I already gave you the two, and so guess what's for dinner that evening? Most likely will be lamb, unless they're exterminated. And then she's arrayed in her garments, righteousness of the saints. Oh, that's the Mormons, yay! Because Joseph Smith made it all about Mormons. That's what he did in 103:16, with the Joseph Smith history of Nephi coming to him and saying, "Day that shall burn as an oven," that prophet was Christ. He made it all about Mormons. And so even though you see Jesus here, it's not Jesus. It's the Lamb, which is also code. Both Jesus and Lamb are code for Immanuel, the sun god, the name of the Mormon. Okay, so where do you have a wedding? Doesn't get into it here, does he? So we've got to then go to Doctrine and Covenants. Doctrine and Covenants. Is it 58:11? I believe so. Marriage supper. So yeah, it should be 58:11. Okay. And after that cometh the day of my power. Then shall the poor, the lame, the blind, the deaf come in unto the marriage of the Lamb, and partake of the supper of the Lord, prepared for the great day to come. 8 April 2024. Sorry, those of you who believe that the redactor in the author of Matthew was telling you the truth, that no man knows the day or the hour. I just told you, John gave it to you in Revelation. Matthew knows it. He refuses to tell you, because the redactor doesn't want you to know that it's a future date. It already happened. It happened. Jesus. Jesus is real. Constantine said so. Alright. We're supposed to have a temple here. Joseph, where's the temple? Did we skip it by going to 11? Yep, we sure did. So in verse 7, he's talking about that you may be honored in laying the foundation and in bearing record of the land upon which the Zion of God shall stand. And those of you who have watched my channel, who have watched my videos, knows exactly where that is, right? Please don't say Independence, Missouri. Please tell me you understood 21st September 2017, 8 April 2024. Where do they cross? 19 July 1840 B. Joseph Smith says that's the location for Zion and Jerusalem, which would be the New Jerusalem. The mountain cities of the Lord. Okay. And verse 9. A supper of the house of the Lord. Yeah, you kind of missed the Exodus. We're kind of a little behind on building the temple. That's what the house of the Lord means. So, yay, we're all gonna die. Isn't that awesome? Screw prophecy. If it's not gonna be Jesus, we don't want it. So are you catching on yet? There's gotta be a woman. Here's section 85, verse 7. This is the one mighty and strong, and he shall set in order the house of God, the temple. Why? Because Mormons are in the great and abominable church and need to be exodused out. So yeah. So there's no inheritance for you because you didn't go. It's going to be total chaos. You're going to be like the Zarahemlites of Mulek, who've forgotten who their God is. You've already done that. You won't be able to communicate with anybody. Already can't communicate now. Nobody understands your definitions of words. Not speaking English. Chief cornerstone of the cornerstone. Spiritual witness. Nobody understands you. So yeah, there's supposed to be a woman. Can't have a wedding without a woman. She's kind of necessary. And she was spoken of by John in Revelation. And I just read to you. Because she gets all dressed up. Because the man, nah, he ain't gonna dress up. He's gonna go casual. I got all dressed up for my wedding day and you didn't even bother to put on pants? Remember when I told you that I wouldn't marry you if you're the last man on earth? Well, that's holding true now. Good day. Yeah. What does it matter anymore? Mormons missed the Exodus. There's no temple. You guys are waiting for a miracle to happen rather than doing the work necessary to make things happen by fulfilling prophecy. You blew it. And so, Yeah. But yeah, the woman has her free agency. She's not going to be forced. Oh, I don't want him as his wife. He's ugly. He's old. Because he's going to be 50 in 2020, I've told you. Until 2024? Oh, man, he's going to be 54. Just dig a grave and bury him. But, yeah, let's go to John. Let's get a little more comfort into this matter. Is it 20? Yeah, it's 20. Alright, verse 11. So Mary Magdalene stood without at the sepulchre weeping. This is a violation of Jewish law, which means this is not literal history. This is messianic literature, prophecy of the Jews. It's talking about the latter days. This is a story that is symbolic about the latter days, just like Samson killing the lion, wedding feast with the bride, and the carcass of the lion with the beehive that he eats from. It's all symbolic. So there you have Mary stood without the sepulchre weeping. And if he didn't die... What? Well, he didn't die. I tell you this because you're looking a little concerned. No, Grandpa, I'm fine. Keep reading. I'm okay. Are you sure? Because we can stop. Anybody want a peanut at this moment? Remember the lamb? It's what's for dinner? Yeah, that's in the constellation of Aries, which is the sacrificial ram constellation. That's the death sign for Jupiter of the man like Moses, whereas the solar eclipse is in Pisces. And we know this because of Abraham sacrificing Isaac. You go to the Utah mountains, an angel appears, messenger of the gods Mercury, and it's in the ram constellation that appears in the thicket, which was 8 April 4 CE. 20 years, and that's why we know that 2020 was the Exodus. You missed it. It's in the Book of Mormon, 600 years from the time Lehi Exodus from Jerusalem. 2020 is the Exodus. You missed it. Okay. Where were we? And she wept. As she wept, she stooped down and looked into the sepulchre. She sees 2 angels. Hold on, let me check. I can't pull up my stellarium because that'll cancel the video. So we'll look on the picture to see if I got them in the frame. Do you remember the 21st night? Saturn and Mars. Sure enough, there they are. The 2 angels, Saturn and Mars, in the waters of Aquarius. Jupiter's there in Aries, and Venus there in Pisces, at the tail of the water beast, riding the white horse, Godiva, Lady Godiva. when I told my second ex that Joseph Smith saw that the robe, I had to tell her Moroni because she doesn't understand and won't believe Nephi, that Moroni had a sheer robe, because Joseph Smith says he can see that he's a he, and that he can see clear to his bosom, which means he's naked. And she refused to accept that. No, not naked. No. Yeah, kinda, sorta. And so they're in white sitting, they're getting cleansed. The one at the head and the other at the feet. Where the body of Jesus had lain. And they say unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? She said unto them, Because they have taken my Lord taken away my Lord, and I know not where they have lain him. She's saying husband, in case you didn't know. It's not Jesus, it's not the Christ that she's referring to here. She's saying husband. That's what Lord means here. Master, because women are property of their husbands. You know, like Jeannie, she marries the lieutenant or whoever he is in the military, and so she always calls him master. Yes, master. So they always want to interrupt the videos, don't they? And so she turned herself back and saw Jesus standing, and knew not that it was Jesus, because he had a hidden name. Right? It's the hidden name. And Jesus says unto her, and remember, you're putting in Immanuel, the Mormon man like Moses, says unto his wife, Woman. That's how you know it's his wife. She says Lord, he says woman, because she's had kids. Whether that's with him, or whether she's widowed, or whether she's divorced, we don't know. She's got kids. That's as far as we know. If this were a literal history, yeah, it would have been them. They would have had kids. Yeah, no supernatural Jesus. Why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou? She, supposing him to be the gardener, some poor man, saith unto him, Sir, if thou have borne him hence, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away. Jesus said unto her, Mary. He doesn't say woman that time, does he? She turned herself around. She turned herself. It's a mistranslation. Shame on them. They need to put the X-rated portion in there. Yeah, she went to physically embrace him. And said unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Lord, Master. Threw in all these different words to confuse people in English. And here's the key here. Jesus said unto her, Touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father. He's talking about ascending to the throne of his Father. 8 April 2024. He's got to be coronated. There's got to be a wedding. Then you have the conception of the heir to the throne. But go to my brethren and say unto them, the 10 virgin boys, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God. Yeah, tell the elders I'm going to be coronated. And so Mary Magdalene came out and told the disciples that she had seen the Lord, that she had spoken these things to her, that he had spoken these things to her. And the first day of the week, Monday, oops, Yeah, it's on a Monday, not a Sunday. But, yeah. Maybe it is in the Julian calendar. It would be on a Monday. Because Friday the 13th is actually on a Thursday. So then maybe Monday, 8 April, is actually on Sunday in the Julian calendar? Could be. Let's see if I can find out. All the ladies come in and kick people out. Julian calendar, 8 April 2024. It is. It is on Sunday. Can I do a picture of this? Can I do a picture? Nope, I'll have to do a print screen. Ta-da! However, they're showing that the eclipse is on the 9th or the 10th, actually. That's weird. So, wow. That is wrong. Julian calendar is wrong here. That's way off from ours anyway. But so let's do the regular. Is it in the United States? Show. Yeah, there it is on Monday. Oh my goodness, it's way off. Yeah, I should have remembered. Yeah, it's the new moon, not the full moon. Full moon was on the 10th of April 2024 in the Julian calendar. That is hilarious. So, yeah. Alrighty. But that's what they're referring to. And so, the Ascension. Yeah. The Book of Mormon. Book of Mormon stories say that we are Jewish too. We're not Christian, no, Jesus Christ for me and not for you. So, verse 1, 3 Nephi chapter 11. And now it came to pass that there were a great multitude gathered together of the people of Nephi, the church of the Lamb. Nephi is the Christ. Do I have to keep repeating all my videos? There are hours and hours of videos of information for you. Are you sure you want me to repeat it? We're already 30 minutes in. He's the Christ. Because Nephi appears to Joseph and says, I'm the Christ. I'm the sun at noonday. Here's the Christ. Here's the prophecy. Go through Acts, and that'll take you to Deuteronomy. Because I'm not going to take you to Deuteronomy first, because we need to emphasize to the Mormons that if they miss the Exodus in 2020, there will be a day that shall burn as an oven, and they will be utterly destroyed, precisely as it says in Acts. Round about the temple. What temple? Yeah, the Temple of Zion, the mountain cities of Zion and New Jerusalem, which was in the land of Bountiful, the code word for Salem, which is peace, the promised land, the celestial city, Heliopolis on earth. Yeah. And so they're conversing about Jesus. See, Travis, we are Christian. Jesus is our Christ. It says so. Of whom the sign had been given concerning his death. 8 April 2024. Are you sure it's Jesus? Sure you're Christian?
That's from the top.
Sure the Book of Mormon is wrong? And so then, yes.
No way. What do men
They see a man descending out of heaven. Why? Because they saw the sign of his death. That's why they're looking up into heaven.
Jack rags, huh? What do you use?
And so he doesn't come from out of heaven on a white horse. They say white robe here instead. So, yeah, that's it. And so the woman, likewise, she has to have her agency. She can't just be forced into it, being the last woman alive. You know, she can say no. And many women have said no in Utah to many of us guys, huh? Haven't you, women? So, what are you waiting for again? Oh, a prophet material? Maybe even a stake president material? Lowering your standards a little bit? Some of them who get desperate. I'll just take any man who has a job and a car and maybe a place to live. That's not with his mother's basement. Oh, women. What are we going to do with you? Why are you being so foolish? Foolish virgins. What is going to happen to the foolish virgins? Pillar of Salt Lake, huh? Pillar of Salt Lake. That is their lot in life. Is Travis using code? Is he trying to tell us something? Are there other stories in Scripture that talk about the latter days?